Selling Sunset Season 7 has my jaw on the floor. Big changes are coming to the O group. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Selling Sunset Season 9, episodes 2 through 4. So if you haven't seen them yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on episodes 2 through 4, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation, and give this video a like and a hype before you go. So I really only have one question here. Who had Nicole getting fired from the O group on their bingo card for this season? Because I surely did not.
You're gonna have to leave this office. That's the only solution right now, is that you leave the office.
The amount of business I bring in, are you prepared to lose that?
I honestly never saw this coming for her because she's a longtime employee. She knows Jason and Brett very personally. Isn't she like one of the first 3 ladies at the O group? So yeah, I never really could imagine that she would not be there anymore. And I know that it was really hard for them to make that decision. Although something interesting, it doesn't sound like it's forever. Like the way that they explained it, we're like, we just need you to leave the office. I don't know. They said for right now or something along those lines. So to me, it sounds like they may eventually let her back, but I don't know. Chrishell's not leaving anytime soon, and so maybe they'll have her come in on Chrishell's off days. But the thing is, this situation, and we gonna get into it for sure, this situation is really bigger than Chrishell, because if we're being honest, Chrishell actually did not even respond to Nicole in that moment. It's really bigger than that. Everybody's involved, even the people who weren't. It's an office. This is office dynamics at this point. But to me, when they were firing her, it kind of felt like, when people say indefinitely, and it's like, indefinitely technically means forever, but it also implies that maybe it's not forever. Like, that's what the word indefinitely means to me. It's like technically forever, but really forever until I say it's not. I don't know. That's the vibe that I got. At this Girls Giving, which I think is a super fantastic idea, I actually really love hosting. I like to have like dinner parties. I like having game nights. And so I was like, oh, Girls Giving. I've done Friendsgiving countless times, but I've never done a Girls Giving. And I've actually had Galentine's Day on my to-do list for so long, and I have not done it yet. But yeah, I thought Girls Giving was such a good idea. Just not with this group of girls. A shout out to Amanda for trying, but no good deed goes unpunished. I think every longtime viewer of this show knew that something was gonna go down that night. You can't get this group of women together without something going down. So I think a little bit of a tiff or an argument is expected. And I'm gonna honestly be real, Nicole is actually low-key strong AF for continuing to show up to these non-work events, knowing that everybody hates her. She keeps showing up, she keeps trying to be friendly. Pause, we gonna get to it. But she continuously shows up to these things knowing that once she walks in the room, the energy's gonna change, gonna shift. People are gonna be like, Nicole's here. It takes a lot of guts to be able to show up knowing that you're gonna be there by yourself, basically. Because as I have mentioned many a times, when Chrishell doesn't like you, you're gonna know she doesn't like you, and she taking a shot from the moment that you open your mouth in her direction. Unfortunately, Chrishell ended up getting Nicole's little card of what she's thankful for, and she was like, yeah, whatever, okay, Nicole's thankful for her eyesight. Like, damn, Chrishell, she just told you that she had a whole little situation with her eyesight. You can't just be like, oh, I guess you can, is the answer. But she was like, let's move on now.
Okay, Nicole is happy and thankful for her eyesight. Who's next?
And that was definitely Chrishell being petty, and we all know it. And please listen to my entire thought process on this before you get to saying I'm picking Nicole's side. Please listen to my entire thought process, because I'm going to go in the order that we saw it play out. I said in the past I have stood up for Nicole because I personally feel like she is ostracized by everyone in the office, even her friends, really, if we're being honest. She kind of gets ostracized, left out, talked about, sometimes to her face. Amanda was rude as hell when she told her to shut the fuck up or leave. I'm sorry.
You just don't get to talk, period.
Excuse me?
No, yeah, not excuse me. Just don't talk or leave. This is my dinner, shut the fuck up.
And keep in mind, she said that before Nicole said what she said. And so I understand why she was telling her, look, girl, this cannot end well. Anytime y'all get into any type of disagreement, it's not ending well. And so I understand why she said it, but it was a fucked up thing to say. Like, don't tell somebody to shut the fuck up or leave. Like, it's a little aggressive. And so I understand where Nicole was coming from when she was like, look, where the hell was this energy when they were taking shots at me? What was this, two years ago at this? Maybe more, because I'm thinking in seasons, but it might have been more years for them. Where was this energy when I was getting called, a drug addict and all this? And then the master was like, don't trip, I could run it back.
You guys were fucked up to her. It was fucked up. You're on drugs. You're this. It was fucked up.
And can I just say that I love that Amanda finally brought some damn clarity to this situation. Apparently, Nicole had previously done drugs, and the only issue is that Chrishell was talking about it as if it happened in the present tense. And so look, I will say Chrishell was wrong for acting like that was something that was current, because she was very much making it sound like it was a right now thing. But she was not wrong in stating the fact that it did happen. Amanda was like, girl, me and you did the drugs together. Together we did them.
She used to do blow. I've done it with her. I'll fucking say it. I've done it with her. She fucking did blow. So, can I name the times and the dates? No. Nicole, I was fucked up.
And I'm gonna just say this. Y'all know I'm LA native. Mansa is right to say it's LA. Everyone does it. I'm not gonna hold you. I personally don't dabble because I'm afraid of being addicted to something. I've seen some shit. And so I personally don't dabble. But when I tell you that it is readily available, it is readily available. I have walked into many a house parties and it's just lines on the kitchen counter. You want something? No, I'm good. I don't indulge. But do you? Like, I'm not even judging them for it. It really is LA and everybody does it. That's a factual statement. I actually remember one time I went out with one of my group of friends and one of them had like the little, can I talk about this on you? I probably shouldn't talk about this. Never mind. That was a joke. That wasn't a real story I was about to tell. You know, I'm a spicy margarita girl myself. I'm a Moscow Mule mommy. And so I really don't understand why Nicole is acting so appalled like this is not LA culture. Girl, nobody cares. In LA, it's a party substance. It's damn near recreational. The funny thing is, I think people, and I do every now and again, forget that Amanda has a little hood in her. She definitely got a little hood in her. And I love to see it. She gonna say it straight up. It might not always sound nice, but she gonna let you know. Now, all of that said, is it not common knowledge that you don't bring someone's parents or children up in a disagreement tenfold if they're deceased? To my knowledge, that's full stop. You would never speak on someone's parents or children.
Honey, you're confusing me. You're confusing me with your parents, okay? You seem to be obsessed with drugs.
Understand that Nicole felt backed into a corner, but you have to draw the line somewhere, and she has no boundaries. She literally could have said anything else, just like Jason said. It would have been better if you would have called her a bitch or something. We could have accepted that. To me, it's honestly sick, and it says a lot about someone's character that they would even let that come out of their mouth. Now, you might think it, but you don't say it. You never say it. And again, I get that she feels like she's been dealing with this year after year after year, but there are truly just some lines that you don't cross. And some people might not feel that way. Some people might be like, look, justified. I disagree. And I also want to say this. I don't think that Nicole has watched, and I mean seriously watched, someone go through addiction. I have a family member who I'm not going to give too much detail on, but when I was a kid, he was heavily addicted to, he still is. His entire life that I have known him, he's always been addicted to drugs. And I remember as a kid, you know, hearing grown folk talk, and my mom would be talking to my aunts and saying, you know, when's the last time you guys seen him? And then someone would say, oh, I haven't seen him in a while. And then someone would go out looking for him and say, hey, I found him. No one ever made him feel less than because he was, I don't know what the drug was, but no one ever made him feel less than because he was addicted to drugs. But I remember seeing that fear on my family member because I was a kid, right? But I remember kind of picking up on that energy from them, like, oh, we haven't heard from him. Every once in a while, he'll pop in every 6 months or something. He'll pop into someone's house. We have not seen him in a while. Just like not knowing that he might be somewhere overdose. You know what I mean? And he was never clean, but sometimes he would look good. He would look okay, and at least he was alive. And that's drug addiction. It just wrecks everyone in his pathway, not just the person who's addicted. Obviously, they're going through it the most, but their family, their friends. It ruins relationships. I think that if Nicole had seen anything remotely close to that, she wouldn't have made that statement. Like, you don't bring that up. Everybody's dealing with their own battles, right? And drug addiction is fucked up. Again, being someone who lived in a city where this stuff was just readily available, Dare did a hell of a number on me. I was like, I don't want to be addicted to Nathan. I'm not gonna fault someone for falling into that. You don't know people's trauma, especially back in the day. Therapy was not even spoken about or accepted. You could judge more for going to therapy than you would for turning to drugs. Not to mention, Chriselle said the same thing. It was, what did she say, the 60s or the 70s or something? Everybody was doing it. Literally everybody was doing it. I, as a human being, with the amount of empathy that I have, cannot bring myself to look down on someone who's addicted to drugs, because that shit is tough to get off. And everyone has their vices, and just because someone else's vice is a little bit more visible than yours, I think it's fucked up to kick someone when they're down. That's kind of how I felt like she was doing. Like, what about your fucking drug addicted you know what I mean? It's like, how do you justify that? On top of the fact that you're not even accounting for the trauma that Chriselle went through watching her parents go through that. Like, you know, why bring all that up? And then you had to bring up her parents, aside from their drug addiction, you brought up her parents who you know are deceased, who she had to watch both go through cancer. So now she's thinking about her parents in those last moments that she had to live watching them go through that. It's a multifaceted dig, and it truly is fucked up. I have spoken briefly about this on my channel, but I just watched my best friend of many, many years, since we were little kids, 11 years old. I just watched her mom go through a really rare and really fucking aggressive form of cancer. If anybody ever in their right or wrong mind, thought that they were gonna bring up her mother and make her relive that shit. She's still going through that. If anybody ever fucking brought her mom up and tried to make her relive that, I would fucking black out. Fuck you. It's fucked up. If you haven't watched anyone go through that, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I understand now. I understand why they can't stand her. I can no longer justify her. I think she's a truly sick person. And something else that pissed me off is that Nicole kept saying, I know it was savage. I know I was being a savage.
I snapped back. I knew it was savage.
See, this is the problem with the chronically online. Describing you bringing up someone's deceased parents as, I was just being savage, I was just being quirky, I was just being a little out there. That's not savage. Savage would be like, bitch, you think that dress looks good? You look like a fucking peasant bitch. Or like some shit like that. Like something like that. Like taking a dig at how she looks, taking a dig at how her hair is done. Something like that would be savage. Coming for someone's deceased parents is bordering inhumane. Where is the humanity in that? Where's the empathy in that? Where's just the basic human fucking decency in you bringing up someone's dead? I don't know. It's not just a cute little crazy thing you said. It's fucked up, and I fear that we have lost the fucking plot if that's what qualifies as being savage. People these days are so comfortable saying the first thing that comes to their mind because of the fact that the internet exists. And what I mean by that is Nicole could be typing whatever she wants behind a burner account, behind a Finsta. No one's ever gonna know it's her. You know what I mean? And for the most part, the internet allows you to do that consequence free. And that's why people feel okay doing it. And so she could say whatever she wants. Just pop off, pop off, pop off. When you bring that into real life and you don't remember that real life has real consequences, that's where you messed up. And that's why I say chronically online. You forgot that you were having a human interaction in that moment. You weren't sitting, on your phone or behind a keyboard leaving a comment. That was a real life human interaction you had. And to say it online would be one thing, still very fucked up. But to say it behind an account that you think no one's ever gonna trace and just be saying some nonsense, that's one thing. But to say that shit to a human being to their face, you truly have to be a different type of sick. I don't know. And then she also tried to justify it by saying, Rochelle talks about her parents being on drugs all the time. Okay, because that's her experience. Not your trauma, not your experience, not your fucking shit to speak on. And I don't understand what she doesn't understand about that. How could you try to justify it by saying, well, she talks about it all the time? That's her lived experience. Are you cool? I've seen Rochelle go toe to toe with the best of them. And in that moment, her face was just like pure and utter shock. And so I know that hurt her in that moment. Because like I said, she's thinking about all the things. About that trauma and that relationship she had with her parents when they were living. And about their deaths, which is really also traumatic. To me, this goes beyond reality TV. This is real life and this is fucked up. Also, at the time of this recording, it's, like I said, it's October 25th. I'm still following Nicole because it's before the show is coming out. Show comes out next week on the 29th. And I had a feeling that she was going to say something about this situation, vaguely because she can't speak on it because it hasn't come out yet. But I had a feeling she was going to say something. I believe it was the 22nd. Nicole posted this to Instagram.
Here's the thing about projection that you need to remember. When someone keeps accusing you of something that's never been true, it's usually about them. So as long as you have the wherewithal and the wisdom to be able to differentiate that and remember that, they're just exposing their secrets, their insecurities, the things that they don't want you to know about them, because you're like, where is this coming from? This is certainly not about me. It's about them. They just showed you their hand.
In my opinion, she's trying to get ahead of this situation by saying, well, I just felt like she was projecting, so I said it.
Rochelle herself, talked about her parents being drug addicts. When I heard her say that, it made me think she's just been projecting, some deep-rooted issues with her parents and drug addiction on me because I have nothing to do with that.
And so she's vaguely stating it on her Instagram, knowing that 99% of the people on her Instagram don't know about this situation. And so they're not tying it to what she said. They're not tying it to her actions. They think she's just saying some casual shit. No, she's trying to justify bringing up someone's deceased parents. And to that, I responded, moonface emoji, girl, because obviously I can't say anything yet either. So as I'm editing this, I saw that Nicole posted something 19 hours ago, and it's her selling merch, sweatpants, sweatshirt, and a hat, like a dad hat, snapback hat, that says, in my villain era. And the caption says that this is limited edition merch, only available until Halloween, so 10/31, link to purchase in bio. And the average viewer of her account, like I stated previously, isn't going to know what this is about. But me having already seen these episodes, I know that she's only doing this in order to try to monetize this situation. And it's really kind of fucked up when you think about it, because no one knows. No one realizes that she's saying she's in her villain era because she's trying to get ahead of her speaking on someone's deceased parents. You're not a savage. You're not a villain. At this point, you're starting to feel a little evil. You're continuing to bring this up after everyone around you, even your closest friends, told you that it wasn't cool. It's not you being a savage. It's not you being a villain. You're a bad person. How embarrassing for you. Let's move on, because honestly I'm getting kind of heated and Nicole really pissed me off with this. And I'm so sorry for Chriselle. Now to Emma, I have just one question. Girl, how does one get in a room with a real estate heir? Because I'm in the wrong circle right now. To my recollection, this is the first time that Emma has had an on-screen boyfriend. I've never seen her date anyone on screen. This man looks like every rich guy in LA, which is not rich at all. People with real wealth, with old money, they dress like Bill Gates. Like, I don't know how else to explain. They dress like Bill Gates. Bill Gates walks around in t-shirts and pants, t-shirts and slacks and jeans. That's my idea of people with real wealth. People with a little bit of money, people who are hood rich, you're gonna see them, full on name brand. But Bill Gates, we talking old money, real wealth? Yeah, he gonna have some boat shoes, a t-shirt, and some slacks. Now, it's gonna be expensive. That shirt is $700 and those jeans are $1,500. But it's gonna look like he picked it up from Target. It's gonna look like he stopped at the local Walmart on his way. But sometimes with trust fund babies, you get grown people who are babies. They're literally trust fund babies, even as adults. This man is 27, and I agree, he is pretty immature for his age. He somehow made it to almost 30 without ever having a fruit or vegetable.
I had Taco Bell earlier, so.
You had Taco Bell earlier?
Yeah, I had some Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunch with no lettuce.
Why with no lettuce?
I've never had a fruit or vegetable in my life.
So you haven't had a bite of any fruit?
No.
What does your body odor smell like?
I don't know, like vodka and chicken fingers?
You telling me that this man has never gone down to Erewhon and had an $80 smoothie? Because that's how much they be charging for them smoothies at Erewhon. And I'm going to be real, I thought that that's all the rich did, was drink smoothies and go to Pilates or golf or something. I don't know. But I guess money can't buy maturity. Here's my opinion on this man. He's someone to have fun with, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Emma's well over 27. So he's also way younger than her. And so I get why she's ready to settle down. I get why he's not. He's going to show her a great time. He could take her wherever she wants to go. They could eat fancy, all the things. But when we're talking marriage and kids, I'm just not seeing it. Before everything blew up at Girls Giving, Emma did have that conversation with Nicole. And for some reason, Nicole thought that conversation went well. I have no idea, because to me, it was a complete disaster.
It makes me feel like our whole meeting earlier is all for naught.
All for naught? Is that even?
All for naught.
Okay, yeah, what? All for nothing? Is that?
We had a whole conversation. You're getting a lot of misinformation.
Of course.
And if you don't want to admit that, I don't know how else to help you.
Side note on this, just a little bit of lore on the show. Them pretending like they don't know which words Emma uses is 100% them trolling her. So Emma used to be a lawyer, and kind of the running joke is that she sometimes uses these words that don't come up in normal conversation. But if I'm being real, I think that 98% of the time they know exactly what the word is. They just want to give her shit for it. Maybe there's like a small percent. Sometimes they're like, what word is that? But most of the time they're just trolling her, and I'm here for it, because everybody knows what for not means. And Emma was like, look, I don't trust her and I never will. And in the words of Beyonce, best revenge is your paper. And that's exactly what she said she's gonna do.
I have some big things in the works, and I'm gonna kill her with success, and that's the best revenge. You know what I mean?
It is true.
And that is what I'm gonna do.
I can't be mad at it. Let's get into these honey blonde clip-ins, wig, weave. I think she does clip-ins, but since the whole head is a different color, I'm gonna assume that this is a wig. But let's get into this from Bree. I know that Bree loves a good jet black, but I think this might be her color. So Bree was discussing the Chelsea situation from last season about her husband, and she says that she feels like she was in a lose-lose situation.
I didn't really think telling Chelsea about her marital issues would cost me relationships in this office. I feel like I was in a lose-lose situation regardless of what I did.
And I think for me, that's what it comes down to, and that's why I'm defending her in a way, because I also think that she was in a lose-lose. If Bree had found that out and they found out that she didn't say anything, everybody would have been saying, oh, she wants to see a black woman get cheated on. She didn't want to say anything. You know, that's what the narrative would have been if she didn't say anything. And when she did say something, it was, you wanted to embarrass her. And it's like, y'all would have said either way that she was trying to embarrass her. She didn't say anything. Like I said, it would have been, she wants to see her get cheated on. She don't like her. She did say something, and it's, she wanted to embarrass her on camera. can't, again, I stand 10 toes down on the fact that Jeff is the one who embarrassed Chelsea. I love that Bree is having her a horse girl fall. And she really is in her hobby bag this season too. She playing tennis, she got legendary horse. I am finding out this season that Bree has a lot more money than I thought she did. Like, I knew she had money. I knew she had, like, I have a pool in my house type of money, but I didn't realize I have a tennis court on my house type of money. I have a stable for horses on my house type of, that's a different, you jumped a little bit from, I didn't know she had it like that. Listen, maybe I need to go have a baby for Nick Cannon. I think he's decided to stop having them. I saw the other day that he realized that was rooted in trauma and he was acting out on some type of trauma he had, and now he ain't gonna have no more, I don't know if he said he ain't gonna have no more kids, but he did say it was a trauma response. Sound like the man been in therapy. I gotta appreciate it. On that note, I didn't realize that her and Nick Cannon had been together for 10 years. Granted, I didn't know she was one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas until she started on this show, so why would I have known that? To Chelsea, and I can't stress this enough, she is just looking so good this season. She got that after divorce glow, body is tea, and she knows that she looks good. She's absolutely glowing, and I hope that that's radiating from inside. I know sometimes people can look really put together on the outside, but on the inside they're going through it. So I really hope she's in a good place mentally after the divorce, because she did say that it was pretty new at the time of recording, so I hope she's doing well mentally as well as physically. But yeah, this black dress that she had on during that showing at the house that she showed Tyrese, I mean, it truly should be a crime to look that good. And then she so graciously had her tits out at Emma's, what was it, Mel's Diner collab. I also want to know what kind of life this person was living, that they had to have a panic room, full-on bulletproof panic room in their house.
Bulletproof. They can't get proof.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Bulletproof.
I mean, Chelsea did say there was $50 million of art in it, but I feel like you deal in other stuff too. Like, I feel like you deal in other stuff if you have to have panic room, Most people just hide in a closet when somebody comes. You got a whole little situation here. That house also had an incredible view. I believe this is also the same house that she showed to this cannabis mogul. Now listen, I didn't know that the cannabis industry had it like that. I'm in the wrong damn business. Let me get in this kitchen and learn how to make a weed brownie. Y'all about to have a new series coming to y'all, because if I could sell weed and have a house like this, say less. This video about to get demonetized. Rochelle is selling a house for JoJo Siwa, and JoJo Siwa's house looks exactly like what I would expect JoJo Siwa's house to look like, right down to the bejeweled piano. I actually wish we would have got to see more of a before and after, because I know it was crazy. The house that she showed JoJo, which may or may not end up being her house because it sounded like she really liked it, was also crazy. It had a whole koi pond. If your house come with koi, there's positive and negatives, because like, if it comes with koi, you gonna have to take care of them or get rid of it, but then you're gonna have to find something to do with the koi. How much does a koi sell for? I don't know. I also really loved Alana's Hollywood house, and I love that Amanda is being brought in to help with staging on it, because like I've said before, I love her and her designing and staging bag, because I feel like that's where she thrives. On to the twins. I love that Brett is always on Jason's head about spending too much money. For as long as I have been watching this show, he's always on him. He's always been the more financially conscious twin. He's like, why the hell are we blowing $30K on privacy hedges?
I felt it necessary to get the hedges because there were a lot of distractions, a lot of people coming up to the windows, trying to look in, and just a lot of foot traffic generally, and it really wasn't conducive to a work environment. They also, in my opinion, look great.
I kind of get both sides. On one side, when filming is not happening, and even when filming is happening, they have a business to run, and so they only want people who have money to buy these houses showing up to this office. They don't want fans popping up. On the other hand, it's like, that kind of comes with the territory. Y'all do have a reality TV show, and y'all all kind of famous. And so if a fan want to stop by and take a picture or two, then why not? Just don't interrupt the flow of business. Jason also has new arm candy, Jess. The girls seem to like her more than Mary Lou, so she already off to a good start. They ain't never take Mary Lou to play tennis. They ain't never bring her to Girls Given. Some standout houses from this batch of episodes. Apparently the kitchen in this $10 million house was not big enough. That kitchen is the size of some apartments in New York. There was also this $28 million house, I believe, with 6 beds and 12 baths.
This house sits on 5 acres of land. 6 beds, 12 baths.
I've never understood the double the bath.
Maybe you have a small bladder.
I agree with Bree. I never understood why you would have so many more bathrooms than bedrooms. It always seemed weird. It's like an extraordinary amount of bathrooms. Like, I would feel like I live in a bathroom museum that has a house built into it. It's kind of weird. But if someone knows why they would do that, please let me know. This one was also a new build, and you will be hard pressed to find land in LA, and this one had land. I know. That's why it's going for top dollar for for real. And y'all already know I was gonna point out the house that has the closet island because that's my dream. And then there was this one that Chriselle saw that had the hidden pantry door. I also love a good hidden door. I don't care what's on the other side. I just, you know, it feels like I'm like in a game of Clue. Like, ooh, they went through the secret door and that's how they got away. You know, like I love a good murder mystery.
I've got a fun little detail, a hidden door that goes back to your pantry, garage, and washer dryer.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Oh my God, that's amazing.
This batch of episodes was a lot, and that's putting it lightly. I said in one of my other videos that I thought this season was going to heavily focus on Nicole. I just didn't know that it would be in this way. But now that she's been fired, I don't know that we're necessarily going to see her anymore. Granted, she wasn't fired by Netflix. She was fired by the O Group, so she still might pop up at the reunion. Who knows? But I will be back tomorrow with my commentary on episodes 5 through 7. Let me know your thoughts on these, and until then, I'll see you later. Bye! Up, down, up, down. Shout out Corey Kinchin. Come on, Miguel. Do these look even? They're even enough. All right, let's get into it. And I mean saying let's get into it. That's what I say in my videos. Well, I am about to get into it, I guess. It's hella early. Y'all, it is 5:21. And it doesn't tell you if it's AM or PM, but it's AM. I'm about to be talking for a long time too. I'm recording episodes 2 through 4 and 5 through 7, and then I need to watch 8 through 10 later, and we're gonna do that. Don't knock my water bottle, sir. Do not knock my water bottle. You can't even drink that. That's sparkling water. You know what would happen to you if you sparkled? It wouldn't be good. Light is having a time over there. He has his belly facing their pen. They have a pen that I keep their litter boxes in. Not a cage. It's a pen. It's like an enclosed, but the door is always open. He has his belly facing outside. You real comfortable, ain't you? You know ain't no hawk about to come in here. I feel like I should get a picture because he is just splayed like he ain't got no cares in the world. And don't.
This is not a test.